I looked into the research on sleep training so you don't have to. In this short video, we're going to go over the efficacy of sleep training as well as the effects on parents and children. Let's get started. Yes, sleep training is effective. For example, there is a very large, well-regarded meta-review which looked at 52 different studies on sleep training interventions, and they found that 49 out of these 52 studies produced clinically significant results. In addition, they then narrowed it down to just the best 11 studies with the best methods, and they found that 9 out of those 11 studies found significant effects of sleep training. In total, they found that 82% of kids benefited from sleep training. And it's not just these more clinical type trials that have shown the benefits of sleep training. For example, in phone surveys of parents who used sleep training methods from the popular media, such as books or magazines, they also see high rates of success based on these parental reports. There have been no documented negative effects of sleep training on children. In fact, I have a whole other video where I talk about the long-term effects of sleep training on children. And there have been a couple of studies that have looked at longer-term effects, and they haven't found any negative effects. Additionally, there hasn't been any documented effects on breastfeeding or on the daily fluid intake of children. I know this is a question a lot of parents would have, is if I do sleep training and remove nighttime feedings, is this going to result in my child eating less, particularly if your child is maybe underweight or small? But it's thought that they just kind of push the amount that they eat to other times of the day. And while there haven't been any documented negative effects of sleep training on children, there has been reports of very positive benefits to both children and parents. In babies, for example, they are been shown to be more secure, less irritable, cry less, fuss less. Older children have been shown to have better behavior. And the effects on parents is actually quite rapid and dramatic. They often report much better mood, less rates of depression, more marital satisfaction. In fact, this is an area that I have a lot of interest in, is this idea of sleep training as a treatment for postpartum depression. And there have been some studies that have shown very dramatic effects of sleep training on postpartum depression. And this is a topic that I may cover in future videos. I think in totality, all of this evidence to me begs the question of why isn't sleep training a larger part of parental training and education? There have been studies that have looked at this. They've done surveys of parents that have gone through the sleep training programs in these clinical trials, and they have very positive feelings of both the efficacy of it, of the utility of the information they were given, and of that they especially really liked having somebody that they could talk to about these issues. And they've also looked at sort of the efficacy of preventative programs for sleep training and found that many of them are effective. And so I'm a proponent of better education from the medical community on this issue. In future videos, I plan to get into different types of sleep training methods, for example, extinction, graduated extinction, faded bedtime, etc., and to talk about whether or not, from a scientific perspective, they work.